Last night on Larry King Live, one of his final shows, Barbra Streisand was the special guest for the hour, and she went to great lengths to tell Larry that she was glad that Hillary Clinton did not win the presidency in 2008 because, well, they would have blamed her for the economic crisis because she was a female. Now, TJ, this is, certainly strong comments coming from Streisand. She's certainly been known to throw her weight around the political opinion here and there. What did you think about this, and do you think that it's true?
Well, I do think there's some element of truth there, in part because there is such viciousness attached to Hillary Clinton because it's been an 18-year campaign. Ever since Bill Clinton started to rise to prominence in '92, talk show hosts Rush Limbaugh, etc., have vilified Hillary as well as Bill. So there is this strong, visceral reaction to anything about her must be awful. And I think Barbra Streisand, resents the fact that there's anger. But here's the thing about Barbra Streisand. Yes, she is the classic, prototypical Hollywood liberal. I mean, she is the sort of person that the typical conservative or conservative talk show host rolls their eye at. But you know what? You've got to give her credit. Here she is. She's been performing for 5 decades now, and she could play it safe. She could say, you know what, I'll leave the politics to the politicians. I'll just sing and make money. But no, she chooses to interject herself in public life. And she has strong opinions. She's not afraid to voice them. She's also not afraid to put her money where her mouth is. She supports liberal democratic causes. And I think that's a positive thing. Now, the very same people who are against her often thought it was fantastic that Charlton Heston gets involved in politics or Arnold Schwarzenegger gets involved. They're great communicators and understand how to captivate people. Well, so does she. She is the most successful recording artist of all time.
TJ, right? But how about these comments? And it sort of plays to the Hollywood liberal, the limousine liberal. Another quote from the interview with Larry King last night by Streisand. She said, "I was so distraught over this last election, I had to leave. I couldn't bear the fact that the Republicans would win any seats, so I just excused myself from this election. I couldn't take it. I had to go to Europe. I was off in Europe." So, on the one hand, she's having these strong political opinions, and then on the other hand, she's sort of, saying, I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to get on my private jet and stay at my 5-star villa, and I just had to get away from everything.
It certainly is one of those comments that seems a little flaky and flighty, but you know what? I heard a lot of people on the other side say, conservatives, well, gosh, if they elect this liberal Obama, I've got to leave the country, and nobody did. Do you really begrudge someone who is as wildly successful a capitalist as Barbra Streisand is for wanting to go to fancy places around the world and stay in fancy hotels in Europe? Have you been to Europe lately? It's pretty nice, Mike.
I would not mind going. I'll get away from the next race if I could go to Europe.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to hear a lot from Barbra Streisand until she is no longer with us. And I think she's an interesting voice, very passionate, very sincere, and is going to be a continued defining part of what Hollywood is all about and liberal mainstream political views in this country. I'm TJ Walker.